Right, this is my Unit 7.3, and I'm doing Sue. Sue is a 41-year-old woman who has no hereditary illnesses and is not overweight. Sue is roughly 65 kilograms and is 5'5". She would like to become more mentally and physically stronger in the long term, and would also like to reduce her stress levels in the short term. Preset goals show a sense of motivation and determination. From Sue's questionnaire, I can see her strengths and weaknesses. I have identified her two major weaknesses and have circled them. The reason why I have chosen Sue's eating habits is because if you don't eat properly, your body is not able to function properly. Your body needs the nutrition from different foods to be able to function properly. I can also see that Sue can be at risk of hypertension, heart attacks, strokes, and other major illnesses if her eating habits do not change. Sue said that she eats fast foods because she doesn't have time to make herself breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So fast food is an easy way out. However, because her metabolism is quite fast, Sue isn't seeing the effects most people see. For example, Sue is not gaining any excess weight, which means that Sue is not thinking about the consequences inside her body. For example, when a lot of fatty foods are consumed, fatty deposits start to occur in the arteries and blood vessels, which reduce their volumes. This also links with her lack of water, because the less water intake Sue has, the thicker her blood is, meaning that the blood will find it even harder to pass through the blood vessels. The second weakness I have chosen was Sue's lack of exercise. This is because Sue would like to get fit and have a healthier state of mind. A lack of exercise can cause Sue to feel out of breath easily, and also feel her muscles fatigue a lot quicker than they used to. However, exercise has been proven to relieve stress in some cases, and Sue has identified that she is under a lot of stress. So physical activity is a good and positive way to relieve some of that stress. Because Sue doesn't eat properly, and she eats a lot of fatty foods, the fatty deposits build up. Because the fatty deposits reduce the volumes of the blood vessels and arteries, when blood is being pumped around the body, it causes your blood vessels to expand to their full potential, and causing high blood pressure. Another effect of the fatty deposits is when you exercise, it makes it harder for your heart to pump blood around the body because it can't get around to your muscles as quickly as normal. This can cause strokes, heart attacks, and coronary heart disease. Fatty deposits are also able to cause blood clotting, which can also cause strokes. This is because the fatty deposits soon build up and basically stop the blood from flowing through. However, when you do exercise, the more exercise you do, the less frequent the build-up of the fatty deposits are. The cut out of fast foods and the cut out of fatty foods will also reduce the fatty deposits in her arteries and blood vessels. It can also mean that her fitness levels get better and that she feels healthier, because that can also be a cause of her stress and her almost negative sense of mind. My second choice is her lack of exercise. Sue said she is unable to do exercise because of the lack of time she has. The lack of exercise Sue does is causing her to have a bad state of mind and physical fitness. Exercising causes the body to produce endorphins and chemicals that can help a person to feel more peaceful and happy. Exercise can help with some people sleep better. This also links in with her questionnaire because she said that she is unable to sleep properly because she's working late nights and getting up really early. So that should help her to sleep better. It could also help some people to have mild who have mild depression and no self-esteem. So it will boost their self-esteem and confidence because it will make them feel better about themselves because they are getting fitter and they can see their improvements in their work. Plus, exercise can give people a real sense of accomplishment and pride at having achieved a certain goal, like beating an old time in the 100-metre dash. So for Sue, she is able to go back to netball because there are different groups that she can go to. It will also give her a sense of the fact that she has done better and that she said she's quite competitive in her questionnaire. So it says that she is able to feel like she's won. It also shows on the left here. It can also reduce quite a lot of stuff, so that obese or overweight. Also reduce hypertension. And then also the more exercise she does, the more exercise she does, she can feel better about herself, just in general. The main strength I have picked out for Sue's questionnaire is her ability to intrinsically motivate herself, which is what some people struggle to do. Sue's natural competitive side is also helpful and can also be the reason why she is so intrinsically motivated. This is helpful because Sue is able to set herself goals throughout the week, and if she can't complete those goals, then she has a punishment. This will include her competitive side to her, and still allow her to intrinsically motivate herself. My first chosen weakness was Sue's eating habits. I have found a few ways that can help. A food diary, which you can track over long periods of time. However, it can be difficult to remember, may not tell the truth. Batch preparation. Symposium saves time. Short term takes a lot of time to preparation. Meals on Meals also saves time. However, it costs a lot. You can't choose each day. Set times for delivery. Meal plan created together, which is a positive thing, so that the client can have an opinion and input. However, it takes time to do that. You may lose your appetite for the dinner on the day. You may find that you don't have the ingredients and therefore have to cook some meals. Weight Watchers. You can do it with your friends and stuff. You can all join together. However, it costs a little bit more than you'd think. There are set meals to choose from, and some of them can look a little bit unappealing. Serve your meals in smaller bowls, which will make you think that you're eating a full plateful. To elevate your perception. Simplify can use. It's basically just when you use very simple ingredients but make it taste amazing, which will save cost and time, and just makes you go back to the basics. However, if you oversimplify, it can cause a bland taste. I feel as though the batch preparation would be good for Sue because she doesn't have time in the week. However, a small amount of time on a Sunday afternoon will give her more time throughout the week to spend with her family and not worry about what is for dinner. It is also good because she's able to stay at the office a little later than normal so that her work is finished. This is because her husband is able to start dinner. Another good strategy would be the simplifying scheme, which is where you use simple ingredients and try not to use loads of ingredients in your dinners to try and save time and money because you are able to get good flavours out of simple ingredients. A strategy I feel would not work for Sue would be the food diary because it is unreliable and takes time out in the day to fill out. This isn't suitable for Sue because she doesn't have a lot of time on her hands anyway, and would therefore make her more stressed. Sue could also lie about what she is eating because she feels embarrassed about what she's eating, causing her to put food she hasn't eaten. My second chosen weakness was Sue's lack of exercise. However, I found a few strategies that can help Sue. She can join a gym. There are classes available. However, it can cost up to 22 quid a month, and there are set times for those classes. Personal one-to-one training with me can be scheduled at certain times in the day, which can suit Sue because she's very busy. She can set it for whenever she likes. It can cost around 20 quid. It's very unsociable because there's only two of you, and you have to work around them. Join the local swimming arena. Sessions are put on, which is good because you can go to them. You can go at any time. A good source of aerobic endurance. It costs quite a lot to go to the swimming arena. There are set classes, set times for them. Independent activities can be done at home with family. Initial cost of console and games couched to 5k. Can take 30 minutes. Starts from a low level and increases motivation. There's motivation in the audio. Tells you when to stop and start. Maps your run. Records your data to show your progress, and has a 9-week plan. So you don't have to do it all yourself. It's already done for you. However, it takes time. You need a space to do the run. You have to take something that can play the audio. You need a lot of internal motivation. A Fitbit monitor, phone app technology. It's quick, it's easy. It costs a little bit more than you think. Self-discipline, accountability. Local netball team, older generation, social. It's very social because you're out with others, meeting new people. However, it is only on at certain times during the week. Fitness videos can be done at home when you have time and with family. Only takes roughly 25 minutes. However, they are set routines. Physical activity during the day cuts out time for smoking because you are preoccupied. May not have time for lunch. After listing these ideas, I feel as though the fitness videos are a good idea for Sue because they can be family orientated and she is able to do them at home at any time during the day. They also only take 25 minutes, no longer. These fitness videos these fit in well with Sue because she said that family is a big part of her and that she feels as though she doesn't have time to exercise. Another strategy I found that would be good for Sue is the independent activities because she is able to include her family and they can last as long as she would like them to. This links in with Sue and her ideal fitness activities because she would like them to include her family and only take a few minutes out of her day. They can also be used as other things, especially entertainment for the kids and friends. However, a strategy I found that isn't so suitable for Sue is to join the gym, because this takes a large amount of time out of her day and is also only set to certain hours of the day. Most gyms have classes, however, they are set classes and are set on certain days at certain times.